Oh, hey, you got to check this out. You're never going to believe what I found. Come here, come here. Okay, so check this out. I just found this listing that sold 2 days ago, and you're never going to believe what this information is about to tell you. It's kind of mind-boggling. So it sold in Glen Ridge, New Jersey for $1,325,000. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is that the asking price was $829,000. So that represents 160% of asking price. So if you're comparing the sale price to list price ratio, 160%. So that's why I'm always talking about these anecdotal things. When I talk about averages, there's anecdotal evidence of particular listings that go even higher. Now, obviously, this is sort of strategic pricing, but this isn't even the craziest part. Stick around till the end of the video. I'm going to show you the before where they bought this, and it was purchased in 2019. So this is only in their hands for about 5 years. Now, they did make renovations, but just wait until after the video. I'm going to show you what they paid for the home and what they just sold it for. But before we get into that, I want to tell you about an upcoming seller seminar where you can take advantage of this exact same situation. Maybe you bought 5 years ago, maybe you bought 10, maybe you bought 15, maybe you bought 20 years ago. I'm going to be doing a seller seminar where we can talk about how you can achieve these same type of results. Now, this wasn't my sale. I don't want to take credit for it, but I want to tell you about how we could achieve similar results for you using a key strategy, and emphasis on the word key. So click the link below and you could get access to that seller seminar. It's going to be happening on a weekly basis, but coming up from this video is going to be March 12th. But you can always in the future click that link and take advantage of future seller seminars that are going to be occurring as we go forward. So before we talk about how much they actually purchased this home for, because that's even crazier when you think about it, let's jump into the data and talk to you about the current market, what just happened in February. Let's switch over to, so if you can see this is the February 2025 market for New Jersey Garden State MLS. And as you can see here, what I'm showing in this graph is the 12-month rolling sales price model. It's not a model, it's actually closed data, but I'm showing you the median right now. As you can see, it's up 10.4% from last February 2024, and this is for single family homes, all construction types, so it includes previously owned and new construction. And right now for the entire GS MLS or Garden State MLS, we're currently at $629,000 on median price. If we switch over to average, we can see that jumps up to $757,282, and that's up 9.5%. So that's what's up. Let's look at new listings so we can see what's going on. New listings were at 26,104, and that's looking back at a 12-month rolling period. You can see here, if I switch this to 1 month, it's going to look really annoying and confusing. Really, this shows the seasonality of where things are. So you can see we're up a little bit. If we look at, well, we're up from last month, January. So that shows you the seasonality, but we're actually down 10% from the year before in February. So if we go here, there was 1,900 that occurred last February. Right now, this past February, they just closed only 1,700 new listings that came on. So if we go back to the rolling 12-month period, you can see that is down a little bit. And this is, again, the 26,000 because we're rolling back 12 months. So let's look at closed sales to see where things went from there. We had new listings. How many closed sales did we have? We had 20,171. That's up 0.5% from the year before. So even though there was fewer new listings that came on, there was actually a little bit more that actually closed in February. Actually, sorry, you can't see this. So this is what I was just explaining in the video here. It closed up 0.5%, 1.5% from the year before. Anyways, let's switch to days on the market. Again, this is the average. It's thinking here a little bit. Days on the market is down to averaging 18. No changes there, really. It's the average has been 8. Oh, sorry, that's median. So the median has been 18 very consistently for the past year or so. If we switch to average, you can see it dipped down to 32, but right now we're at 33. And then percent of list price, which I was talking about at the beginning of the video, this is a 12-month rolling chart. So you can see we're averaging 103.7 and that's up 0.5% from last year. Now, here's the thing. I showed you at the beginning of the video the 160% of asking price. That's very clearly a strategic pricing model. They knew going into it, they weren't going to get the original 800,000 that they were asking, or whatever it was, 860,000. We'll look at it again at the end. They knew that, right? They knew they were going to get more, but they priced it strategically, especially below $1 million, so they can get as many eyeballs on the properties. And that's part of the key strategy that we're going to be talking about in the seller seminar. So definitely click the link below, enter that. You can enter it for this coming Wednesday, or in future, where I'm going to be, you can still click that link. I'll be posting new seminars that will be coming up. But that number, like I said, is a strategic pricing, and that's really one of the big factors in how we can properly sell your home and get the most eyeballs on it. Now, another thing that I'm going to be talking about in that seminar is our special 100,000 impression guarantee. It's going to make sure that that home, that listing, gets seen by the most amount of audience as possible, and we guarantee that in our key strategy. So definitely click the link below. All right, so let's finish out this monthly report really quick. Month supply, as you can see here, 2 months supply for the entire MLS. That's up 5.3% from last year. So that's good. We're seeing a little bit of progress in terms of month supply. That takes into account the absorption rate. New listings coming on down a little bit, but actually they're being absorbed a little bit less. That's probably because of interest rates, but pay attention to that because interest rates have been coming down a little bit based on that 10-year treasury that we're seeing compressing right now. So that could change pretty quickly if buyers see that interest rates are coming down. There's more of an opportunity there for getting at a lower rate. So I think this month supply could be changing quickly. But as you can see here, if we switch it to the monthly, it's down really low. I mean, overall, we're still down like 1.4 months of supply. But if we look on a 12-month rolling, you can see here it's kind of bottoming out, but that could change. So let's go back to what I was telling you about. I'm going to show you that before to show you, out of curiosity, what they bought it for. And if you're interested in seeing the actual photos of this property, also shoot me an email and I'll share the photos with you, because what I'm about to reveal is kind of also why they were able to get so much more money in 5 years. Okay, so here's the before. You can see they bought it in April of 2019, so literally almost 5 years ago exactly. It was listed at $619, so the strategic pricing thing was going on back then. This was before the pandemic, right? Because think about, the pandemic was really a year later, in about the spring of 2020. So this is before the pandemic. There wasn't this crazy movement out to the suburbs to escape the city. It listed in April and it closed in June, and it sold for $651. Now, I will say you should reach out to me so I can share the photos with you. It did have a lot of renovations. So this home that sold for $1.3 million now, it was a beautiful kitchen, beautiful bathrooms. The previous ones, they were actually totally fine. They were just sort of dated in terms of style. So I think that's also a big factor in why the price went up so high. But you can see here, it more than doubled in 5 years. This is something we're going to talk about on the seller's strategy call, where we can really focus on how we can get you top dollar for your home. If you're in a position where it's time to move on to the next place, or you're relocating, definitely get in touch with us. Sign up for the seller seminar. We'd love to see you there. And we're hoping that we can get you very similar results. Maybe not 160%. It's going to be a case-by-case basis, obviously. But you can see here, they only bought this property 5 years ago. They did a lot of renovation. Maybe you don't need to do that much renovation. Maybe it's some other things like staging we're going to talk about on the seller seminar. Sign up for that, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Once again, my name's Jeff Massey from the Suburbs of New York City channel. I'm a realtor here in the Northern Jersey area. Thank you for letting me into your home today, and I hope that together we can help find your next one. In the meantime, we'll see you in the next video.